With a Fallout 3 remaster very likely on the way, considering how insanely well Oblivion Remastered is still doing, I think it's time that we discuss what is some of the things that we can expect just to kind of keep our expectations in check. And a lot of it is very simple, right? Like we can just compare what they did to Oblivion and say, well, it's probably going to be more of the same with Fallout 3. If we assume that Virtuos are doing the Fallout 3 remaster, like how they did the Oblivion remaster, then yeah, it is going to be very similar, but there are a number of issues between Fallout 3 that Oblivion just did not have. Clearly, the number one thing that we can expect is just a huge graphic boost, something that I am a little worried about, because they may remove the greenish effect of Fallout 3. And if you know me, you know that Fallout 3 is my second favourite Fallout game, and it is my favourite 3D Fallout game. A huge part of that is simply the atmosphere, which I feel comes from the green tint and the overwhelming darkness and all of that stuff that the graphics bring. Like, to me, that is a huge part of the atmosphere. It really makes you feel like you're never safe, like you're truly in this brutal apocalyptic world. It isn't all bright and colourful like, say, Fallout 76. It is a truly apocalyptic game, and a small part of me is worried that this atmosphere will be shot in the foot, for lack of a better term, when they get around to this Fallout 3 remaster. And yeah, this does come from the Oblivion remaster. While I love the Oblivion remaster, it's actually currently my game of the year, honestly, they really did remove a lot of the atmosphere that made Oblivion Oblivion. And yeah, the game is great, but to me personally, it did feel like they sacrificed a lot of the atmosphere in order to get the game looking more modern, and that's not something I really want them to do with Fallout 3. Now, I think we also really need to discuss assets changing too. If you look at, for example, the Nuka-Cola bottles, they are very different. I am in the, I think, minority when I say I actually prefer the rocket-shaped bottles from the more modern Fallout games, but this is also something that I wouldn't want to change because there is a law reason for some places having the Nuka-Cola bottle and other places only having the rocket bottle. There are a few other things too, for example, how will super mutants look? Because again, if we compare, they look very different. Same thing with ghouls, right? Honestly, I think the best course of action here would be to just mix it up. Have some super mutants look like Fallout 4 super mutants, and have some that look like Fallout 3's, but remastered, and again, the same thing goes with ghouls. But there are so many other things as well. First aid kits have changed, gun designs have changed, ammo boxes, food items, stim packs, so on and so forth. I honestly don't know what they're going to do, but I do think that they're likely just going to change nearly everything to look more like the modern games. And the reason I think that is actually the Fallout TV show. Everything in that TV show looked more like the modern games, right? And I feel Bethesda wanted that on purpose because more people play the modern games and it's more recognizable to the majority of people who will play the Fallout 3 remaster. The reality is, most of the people that are going to play a Fallout 3 remaster are folks who have never played Fallout 3 before. So yeah, it does kind of make sense that they'll want to change most of the assets and creatures and stuff like that to look like they do in the modern games so that they're more recognizable to most players. Now, something that we desperately need to talk about is power armor, right? Because that was a big thing. That was obviously a huge change between Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. Power armor in Fallout 3 was basically just an equipable armor. In Fallout 4 and Fallout 76, etc., they're huge wearable tanks that you have to enter and exit, and this might be a hot take, but I do hope that this is changed to be more like the wearable tank power armor. The reason why is because that is always how power armor was supposed to be, right? We just didn't have the technology to put it in the older 3D games. So yeah, because of that, I do think that this would be a good change. Having Fallout 4's power armor system in Fallout 3, even though that might be a lot of work for them to do, I do feel that that is something that would be a necessary change. I have mentioned before how I think combat is the number one thing that they need to get right. You cannot just simply and slightly improve Fallout 3's combat and be done with it. It needs an entire rework. We, at the very least, need to rip the combat from Fallout 4 and just paste it into Fallout 3. It's not exactly a secret that Fallout 3's combat isn't great. I mean, you can't even aim down sights. And honestly, even when Fallout 3 released, it wasn't very great. You simply cannot just release that type of combat in this day and age, remaster or not. They need to vastly improve it. I'm talking aiming down sights, being able to sprint, adding in crafting and weapon upgrades, improving VATs, improving melee, and so much more. This is definitely the thing that needs to be worked on the most, in my opinion. I said in a reply to a comment the other day that they could just give me slightly improved graphics, Fallout 4's combat and bug fixes, and I would honestly be happy with this remaster because I just love Fallout 3. The combat is 100%, and it's not even close, the #1 thing that they need to focus on when doing this remaster. But look, those are all of the biggest changes that I think we can expect to see. I've got to wrap this video up short because it is like 1,000,000 degrees today, the humidity is in its 90s, and recording with my window shut and my fan turned off, I'm sweating like Todd Howard when he's asked about Elder Scrolls 6. So I'm sorry for the short video today, but hey, if you enjoyed it, please do be so kind as to give it a like, and of course consider subscribing if you do want to stay up to date on everything Bethesda. Lastly, as always, a huge, massive thank you to all of our channel members for their continued support. It means the world, guys. With all of that said and done, I hope to see you next time. Peace.